my name is Stephen Lunsford, and you're listening to Variety Radio Online.
It's Lexi with Variety Online Radio, and we're here with Stephen Lunsford at Icon Teen Wolf 2014.
Yeah, we are. Yes. Hi. Hey. Hey there.
So on the show, you kind of played a villain.
Mm-hmm.
You controlled the Kenema.
Yeah.
So what was it like, and what did you do to get into that type of mindset?
I just killed some people. It's funny because I didn't know that I was that person until the week before we started shooting. And it was all because you guys should have told me so I could have done some fan service throughout the year, because I love alluding to I should try to do that on Instagram and stuff like that, where The Amazing Spider-Man came out right around the same time that I was doing that, and there was the Lizard Man that he was up against. And the Lizard Man had this mask that you can get at Toys R Us or whatever, and I was at a Toys R Us. Why I was there, different story. But there was this lizard mask, and I posted a photo, and I'm like, and I said something along the lines of, I was like, ooh, Colton or something like that. And then months later, it was revealed that I was the one controlling it. I'm like, haha, you guys got it. I'm that kind of person. But that's a different story. How I got into that though was I watched The Shining and American Psycho. Those were the two things that I had on repeat. Because I talked to Jeff Davis the day before we started filming, and he was like, hey, so you gotta really bring it, because I think he was kind of nervous that I wasn't gonna, because throughout the season it was just kind of that guy in the background,
kind of stalkerish.
I'm just scheming and stalkery at first, and then all of a sudden I was a bad guy. And it's because I had maybe just a couple of days of prep, I guess is the way to put it, before I did that. So basically it was just, I put both of those things on my iPod, and I just kind of either listen to the scenes, or I would just watch the movies again and again, just to get that kind of intensity and everything. Yeah. And it was funny because some of the things that I'm not a method actor. I'm just not, because I'm just okay guys, calm down. But being on set, when you have to be in that mindset, it kind of changes the way that you act just outside of the scene. So there were a couple of times where I would say things and I'm like, did I just say that? Because I was kind of in that mindset of the character, so I was just something Dylan said to me, and I said something, I don't even remember what it was, but it was just and he was like, you're funny. I'm like, I just said something really mean. It was just, okay, that's cool, that's fine, all right, we're all good. But yeah, it was a fun experience.
Do you have a scene that you're most proud of while you were on Teen Wolf?
Definitely not the scene where I'm supposed to be dancing, because I'm an awful dancer. That was not the pop chip scene was my favorite scene. There's this scene where we're holding attention, and I'm eating this bag of pop chips, right? And then I just decided out of nowhere, and they didn't use this, but I decided I was just eating it. And I know this was product placement, so that's the reason why I was doing it. And so I'm sitting around the table with everyone, and I'm just pop chip? Pop chip? No? Okay, that's cool. I'm just gonna eat by myself. But it was fun. It was just I kind of added that in. It was just a lot of fun. That whole detention thing was it was just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was probably it.
Do you have any upcoming film or television roles that you should be?
That he should be. Okay. Well, I kind of told him, another gentleman over there, I can't talk about one of them.
Okay.
But I will say that it involves guns, aliens, and future.
Okay. So it's still kind of sci-fi related, so you're still sticking to it.
I'm really excited for that. I have a zombie movie that's coming out. That's a zombie comedy. And then there's a pilot that I'm attached to, which is basically a teenage espionage thing that's actually my own creation. I actually wrote it, and with my writing partner Jordan Ross, it's currently over at a couple of studios. So we'll find out in this month if it's going further and everything. So that's gonna be really exciting. It's basically if you put Jason Bourne into a TV series, and that's kind of really what I want to do. And I was we should just make a Jason Bourne series, and my writing partner's no, we can't do that, we don't have the rights. I'm whatever. So we kind of made our own thing. It's called Sleeper, and it's gonna be a lot of fun if it happens. Let's hope. Yeah.
So we have two questions that the fans actually sent in.
Dose.
One was, if you had a theme song, what would it be?
I had a theme song. So, and I just threw my beat. I actually had a theme song. Okay, so I was on the show called Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. Bear with me. It's like a Power Rangers type series, right? But it was like over in Japan for like 30 years, and they finally brought it over to America, and nobody watched it. Different story. And it was like this song was just so intense compared to that other show. It wasn't like Power Rangers where you're like, this gets me amped. It's just like the only words of the song were the title, and I was the main character, so I played Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. And the song is like, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, together we can fight the fight. And I'm like, alright, it's not that great, but like I mean, technically that was my theme song. But technically, if I had like, I'm huge into soundtracks and stuff like that. I love like Hans Zimmer and like all those awesome composers like Michael Giacchino and everything. But I don't know, all my friends have me as the Batman Begins soundtrack. Molasses, I guess, is the one where it's like during the car chase in the movie. That's like my ringtone that they all have me on their phones. So I guess that's the answer. I'm Hans Zimmer's Molasses.
And our last question is from the question month. If you were in a zombie apocalypse, who would you want by your side?
There's so many answers.
I'm
so excited for the zombie apocalypse. Fictional or non-fictional?
Could be anybody.
Oh my god,
Made it more difficult, right?
Oh my god. Yes, okay. I know exactly how I'd survive the zombie apocalypse if I was in a fictional state. I would get Tony Stark's suit of armor. That's what I would do. I would like live in a high-rise, like, you know, like the Stark Tower basically. Even if it was in the world of Marvel and they had like, I would basically live in like a penthouse or something like that. Just destroy all the like the floors and stuff below, so like you can't, like the zombies couldn't come up. And I would just fly up and then I would go back down and I'd have all this armor. So that's what I would do to survive in a zombie apocalypse. If I'm gonna say, all right, I'll pick some member from the Teen Wolf cast.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do. I think my first go-to would be Sinqua because he's so big and like manly. It's just like if I saw him and like he was like scary looking up his front, it has nothing to do with the fact that he's black a little bit, but a different story. Anyway, it would either be him or it would be Adelaide. The only reason why Adelaide is because she's just into as much into survival and stuff as I am. Wait, what am I saying? If there's a real person to take Bear Grylls. That's the guy to take. Survivalist, man, he's British, so that's cool, and you know you get to talk to him, and you're like, just tell me all your stories. But yeah, either Sinqua or her, because well, she's pretty, so you know, just in case you want it. Yeah, companionship. Yeah. No problem. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. No, you're good.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
of course. Thank you very much. Hop along my jerk off.